The less intelligent a man is, the less mysterious existence seems to him. The invisible heaviness. There is a particular kind of tiredness that sleep does not fix. It's not physical. It's not emotional in an obvious way. It's the exhaustion of seeing too much. You notice patterns. You sense outcomes before they arrive. You understand how things fall apart long before they actually do. And slowly, life begins to feel heavier, not because it's harder, but because it's clearer. We grow up believing that understanding is power, that intelligence is protection, that knowledge gives us control. But clarity has a side effect no one advertises. The more you understand how people behave, how systems fail, how promises quietly collapse, the harder it becomes to move through life innocently. You stop being surprised. You stop being easily impressed. And sometimes you stop being hopeful in simple ways. Not because you're pessimistic, but because illusion no longer works on you. Arthur Schopenhauer once suggested that intelligence does not increase happiness, it increases sensitivity. To know more is to feel more, to see more is to suffer more. Not dramatically, not loudly, but constantly. The mind that understands the world too well is rarely at rest. It sees desire chasing satisfaction, satisfaction dissolving into boredom, and boredom quietly returning to desire. A loop with no final resolution. Modern life, ancient problem. Today, awareness is everywhere. We see behind the scenes of success. We know how social media manipulates attention. We understand how work cultures extract energy without meaning. Nothing is mysterious anymore. And yet, instead of feeling empowered, many people feel drained. Because understanding how the machine works doesn't mean you can escape it. It just means you hear the gears grinding. Why intelligent people get overloaded. There's an unspoken rule in society. Those who notice problems inherit them. If you understand how to fix something, you are expected to fix it. If you see what's coming, you're blamed for not preventing it. Meanwhile, those who remain unaware move lightly. Not because they're lazy, but because nothing is placed on their shoulders. Competence becomes obligation. Silence becomes protection. Eventually, something shifts. You stop explaining. You stop correcting. You stop trying to save systems that don't want to be saved, not out of bitterness, but out of clarity. Schopenhauer believed that detachment was not weakness, it was wisdom. To reduce desire, to lower expectations, to step back from constant engagement, not to disappear from life, but to suffer less from it. There's freedom in selective ignorance, not the ignorance of denial, but the ignorance of restraint. Choosing not to analyze every interaction, not to solve every contradiction, not to internalize every flaw of the world. You don't need to process everything you see. You don't need to react to every truth. Sometimes the most intelligent move is not diving deeper. Silence as a form of intelligence. In a world addicted to opinions, silence becomes rare and powerful. Silence protects energy. It filters noise. It reveals who is speaking to understand and who is speaking to be seen. Schopenhauer warned that most people do not seek truth. They seek comfort. And arguing with comfort is a losing game. A different definition of wisdom. Wisdom is not showing how much you know. It's knowing what not to carry. Not every injustice deserves your outrage. Not every inefficiency deserves your effort. Not every conversation deserves your depth. Understanding this doesn't make you cold.
It makes you precise. So perhaps intelligence was never meant to make life happier. Perhaps it was meant to make it quieter, less desperate, less reactive, less hungry for illusion. You don't need to blind yourself to survive this world, but you don't need to stare at it constantly either. Sometimes, the deepest wisdom is learning how to look away without losing yourself.